Okay, the libertarians have been saying for a long, long time, gee, if we just got rid of government, everything would be wonderful. But if you just get rid of government, what do you have? Big corporations running everything. I mean, somebody's going to step into that space, right? And in fact, Ronald Reagan did a great job of getting rid of government with regard to breaking up big companies and keeping small companies competitive with each other in 82 and 83 when he stopped enforcing the Sherman Act. And the result was that just a few years after Jimmy Carter had finally broken up AT&T into a whole bunch of small companies, and you had a lot of small carriers competing with each other, there was this massive consolidation going on, particularly in telecom. And it's getting worse, and both with telecom and now with the internet. And what's particularly interesting is back in 97, Louise and I moved to Vermont, and I wanted to get a cell phone. I'd had a cell phone down in Atlanta. I started out with a brick phone and then went to a phone that got hot and cooked my hand, and the old analog phones. And when I moved to Vermont, we bought a digital phone. But there was only one cell phone provider in the state at that time, and their service was pretty spotty. And we kept getting lousy reception and roaming charges. And I wasn't roaming. I wasn't going anywhere. And they were hitting me with $200, $300, $400 a month in roaming charges. And so I tried to call their number to cancel their service. And when you pick the option from the menu, push 7 if you intend to cancel. You push 7, and you're put on hold for like an hour. And you give up. And I tried saying, yes, I want new service. And I'd get a person who says, immediately you get a person, right? How can I help you? I want to cancel. Oh, I'm sorry. You've got it. Let me transfer you to that department. Boom, you're back listening to the music for an hour. Finally, after several hours, I got a person who said, okay, we'll cancel you. And then they didn't cancel me. In fact, actually, I talked to 2 different people who said that they would cancel me, and they didn't cancel me. And the next month I got a bill. The next month I got a bill. And Louise and I went out in our backyard, and we did a ritual. We dug a hole, and we buried the cell phone, which I realize is, disposing of toxic waste illegally and improperly. My apologies. I wasn't thinking in those terms at the time. And started ignoring the bills. And finally they stopped billing me after it reached like $900. After 7, 8 months, they got it, or my contract expired, one or the other. And we just ignored the bills. They turned them over for collection. We told the collection agencies to screw off. It probably damaged my credit rating. At that point in my life, I didn't care. We had retired. We were living on money that we had stashed in the bank, and I had no need for credit. And frankly, haven't much ever since then. So, it's which is a luxury that 99.9% of Americans don't have. So I could just say screw you to the cell phone company, and they probably wrote it off, and got a tax write-off for it. So anyhow, that's my story. I think we all have stories, and here's the frustrating thing. If this was a government bureaucracy, so if I was having problems with the Veterans Administration and Social Security, I could call my senator's office, who at that time was, I had 2 senators. It was Jim Jeffords and Pat Leahy. And now it's Pat Leahy and Bernie Sanders. Or I could have called my congressman, who at that time was Bernie Sanders. And they would actually give hell to that agency on behalf of me. But if I had gone to Verizon's headquarters and stood out in front with a sign, they could have me arrested for trespassing. They felt quite comfortable. As I recall, it was Verizon. It may not have been. Louise and I were trying to remember this morning exactly what company was that. Because it was just in the post-reconsolidation era. And this was just before Virgin came out with their no contract, $20 a month or whatever it was, cell phones, which is what I eventually ended up with for the next 4 or 5 years until the iPhones came out. But anyhow, the net of this, Ryan Block tried to cancel his service with Comcast. Comcast, which owns just about half the internet market in the United States and wants to get bigger. Ryan Block tried this. He's a tech guy. You were going to print that out? I don't have it. Okay, he's a gadget. Oh, a tech and gadget guy for AOL. Tech EN gadget. Okay, all right. So anyhow, this is a guy who knows what he's talking about, and he just got sick and tired of it and recorded the call. Here is Ryan Block trying to cancel his Comcast service.
Okay, we'd like to disconnect. We'd like to disconnect, please.
Okay, so why is it that you don't want the fast
faster speed. Help me understand why you don't want faster internet.
Help me understand why you can't just disconnect us.
Because my job is to have a conversation with you about keeping your service, about finding out why it is that you're looking to cancel the service.
I don't understand. Is this
if you don't want to talk to me, you can definitely go into the Comcast store and disconnect your service there. Okay.
We're just asking for you to
kill two birds with one stone. You got to return that cable card to the store anyways.
We're actually going to just mail the cable card in, but if you can just please cancel our service, that would be great. That's all. That is all we want.
We're actually not able to return a cable card by mail.
Then I will send someone like a TaskRabbit to go return the cable card for us. I don't personally intend to go return the cable card. That's why we're probably not going to be canceling in store. So that's why I need you to cancel by phone. So can you cancel us by phone? The answer is yes, correct?
It sounds like you don't want to go over this information with me. If you're not wanting to go over that information, okay, then that's the easiest way to get your account disconnected.
I am declining to state why we are leaving Comcast because I don't owe you an explanation. So if you can please just proceed to the next question. If you have to fill out your form, that's fine. Please proceed to the next question, and we'll attempt to answer that if possible.
It continues like this, and with this guy going, but no, we've got the best service in the world. Why would you want to go away from us? We're the big guys on the block. We got and it continues on, and for 8 long minutes, and this isn't the entire conversation, and. The amazing thing about this is that it's not amazing. I'm guessing that everybody in America has had an experience like this, trying to get a hold of their credit card company, trying to get a hold of their bank, trying to get a hold of their phone company. Lily Tomlin used to make jokes back in the 60s and 70s about AT&T about this. It was one of the things that led Richard Nixon to initiate the proceedings to break up AT&T that were completed during the Carter administration. This is what happens when you have giant monopolies. Here's a little more of Ryan Block trying to cancel.
Okay, the way that you can help me right now, the way that you can help me is by disconnecting our service. That's how you can help me.
How is that helping you, though?
Because that's what I want.
Explain to me how that's helping.
That's what I want.
Okay, so why is that what you want?
But see,
because that's
the
what
way
I want.
that I have concluded, and I don't know this for a fact, although I used to run forums for CompuServe. Okay, and we made a fair amount of money back in the 80s, from around 81 or 82 until the mid 90s. I ran over 20 forums on CompuServe, international trade, desktop publishing, PC support, Mac support, a whole bunch of them. And Nigel Peacock, who's still our webmaster, worked with me on that. Sue Nethercutt, who is running our chat room and does our newsletter and all kinds of other things with us. Was running her own forums on CompuServe and was helping us out. I made a lot of good friends back then who still are friends. Dave DeBronkart, a bunch of great people. Brad Walrod. We even collaborated on books together. And one of the things I know for a fact is that if you could try to call CompuServe and cancel your service, the people were incentivized to try to talk you out of it. And so I'm guessing that this guy, the Comcast business model, is that the guys who take the cancel calls, they get either a bonus. I'm just guessing. They either get a bonus if they talk people out of canceling, or they lose pay if the people actually do cancel, or maybe just brownie points. Who knows? But here he is again.
Yes.
Well, I just don't want to lose you as a customer.
Is that something you can do?
Benefit greatly from transferring your service to your new address.
Is that something you can do?
I mean,
can you disconnect us by phone?
And it just goes on
yes
and
or no?
on and on. So I've had this experience. Ryan Block has had this experience, and I'm guessing this isn't the first time in his life. Have you had this experience? You want to share a horror story of corporate bureaucracy run amok?